Hello, George. It's of course about the royal family, but they are very rich, and I just don't know why we've got to pay for the funeral because we have to pay for our own funerals, but they could easily afford it, and they're not paying inheritance tax. Duchy of Cornwall with Will and Kate now. I mean, they make a huge profit. I basically think if they paid for their own funeral, our nation, like, would give them big brownie points. They can afford it, George.
They can, but as long as they are the head of our state, I'm afraid our state is going to have to pay through the nose for them. Now, we get a lot of fools who say, oh, well, they bring in a lot of tourist money. Now, these are people who've obviously never visited the Palace of Versailles, which is the most visited tourist spot in all of Europe. And they cut the heads off their king and queen hundreds of years ago, Norma. You don't have to have a monarchy to have people visit the sites of your former monarchy.
No. I just basically, okay, what you said is probably absolutely true, that the state has to pay for it. But if the state paid for it, then perhaps they could pay back the state the money that the state paid. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I do think that the lack of inheritance tax on a transfer of wealth of an eye-watering scale that we will never know, because the will, although your will and my will be published, the Queen's will never be published.
No.
But it is estimated that the Queen was the richest woman on the earth, and all of her wealth just passed to her eldest son, Charles, who was already one of the richest men on earth, though not so rich that he would turn away an Arab sheikh with a plastic bag full of banknotes numbering £1 million or more. So how much money do you need? And why are you not paying an inheritance tax that everyone else in your kingdom has to pay, Norma?